In a monumental turn of events, BTS's golden magne, Jungkook, has once again proven why he stands tall in the global music scene. This year, 2025, marks a historic milestone in his solo career. Jungkook won a prestigious music award in the United States, and the entire world is watching. The recognition comes after his solo track, initially released as part of his 2023 debut album Golden, made a remarkable resurgence on American streaming platforms. Songs like 7, Standing Next to You, and Yes or No returned to the top of Spotify and Apple Music charts across the US, creating a viral wave that even American artists found hard to match. This sudden rise wasn't merely a nostalgic revisit by fans. It was fueled by new listeners discovering the captivating blend of soulful vocals, flawless production, and Jungkook's magnetic stage presence. But behind this enormous success is a story not just of talent, but of unwavering support, particularly from his BTS hyung, Jin. Jin has taken on a guiding role, cheering for Jungkook not only as a group mate, but as a brotherly mentor. At this year's American Music Honors, Jungkook was named International Male Artist of the Year, a title previously dominated by Western superstars. The announcement sent ripples through social media platforms, with hashtags like #GoldenReturns, #JungkookWinsMA, and #ProudOfJK trending for hours. It's rare for a song that was already a hit 2 years ago to return with even more force. Yet, that's exactly what happened with Jungkook's smash single 7 featuring Latto. Thanks to a viral TikTok trend in early 2025, where influencers used the track to soundtrack their glow-up journeys, the song was reintroduced to millions of new listeners, including Gen Z and millennial audiences across the US soon. Radio stations picked it up again, Spotify playlists re-added it, and Billboard Hot 100 saw 7 climb back into the top 10. An almost unheard-of feat critics began to re-evaluate the song, calling it a timeless blend of R&B sensuality and pop precision. Music producer Mike Dean commented in a podcast, "Jungkook's delivery in that song is hypnotic. It's not just K-pop. It's world-class pop." This reignition of interest led directly to the award nomination. What's more, it wasn't just 7 that got traction. Tracks like 3D, Standing Next to You, and Closer to You started gaining attention, too. It was as if America had suddenly realized they had overlooked a pop treasure and were now making up for lost time. What makes Jungkook's journey more touching is how Jin has consistently played a behind-the-scenes, yet vital role. After his return from military service earlier this year, how proud he was of Jungkook's accomplishments, particularly in the US. Their bond is deeper than fandoms often see. According to BTS staff, during the award nomination period, Jin was the first to call Jungkook with the news. He reportedly said, "Yeah, golden magne. You're not just golden by name anymore, America agrees now." That small interaction, ARMY says, perfectly encapsulates their relationship. Playful, proud, and deeply supportive. With this award, Jungkook is now not just a member of the most successful K-pop group in history. He is a recognized international solo artist with his own chart legacy. Industry experts predict this could open even more doors for him in the American market. There are already rumors that major labels and music festivals in the US are reaching out for collaborations and performances once his military service concludes. Some insiders have even hinted at a possible 2026 US tour under the name Golden Reborn, capitalizing on the album's enduring popularity and his new award. AS armies speculate. One thing is clear. This is not the peak. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. When an artist wins a major international award, the effect ripples far beyond the moment of applause. For Jungkook, his triumph at the American Music Honors in 2025 has not only redefined his solo career, but also sent shockwaves through the American music industry. This wasn't just another award for a Korean artist. It marked a shift in how global audiences, producers, and critics perceive the future of pop. Jungkook's win became a pivotal moment for many in the American music scene, challenging long-held notions of what defines a mainstream artist. And while Jungkook remained modest and composed in his acceptance, those closest to him, like Jin, were deeply moved behind the scenes. In fact, no one celebrated more quietly yet more sincerely than Jin himself. As Seven and other tracks began trending again, US-based music executives found themselves reevaluating their marketing strategies. For years, K-pop had been regarded as a niche genre, one with a passionate global fanbase, but limited integration into the mainstream pop culture of America. But Jungkook's return to the charts proved something powerful. K-pop soloists could not only survive outside the group dynamic, they could thrive and even outperform domestic artists, an executive at a top American record label anonymously told Billboard. Jungkook is the real deal. This isn't a wave anymore, it's a permanent tide change. He's setting a new standard for solo international acts. Suddenly, conversations across boardrooms weren't just about collaborating with BTS as a group. They were now about Jungkook as a solo entity, his vocal delivery, his artistic direction, and his ability to break linguistic barriers with raw emotional impact. US streaming platforms began pushing his tracks more prominently, while late-night shows reportedly started planning segments around his music, even without him being stateside. It's important to understand that Jungkook's success isn't an isolated story. His win, his song's revival, and his international acclaim are all intertwined with a deeper emotional thread: the loyalty and brotherhood between BTS members, especially Jin and Jungkook. Throughout Jungkook's journey, Jin has often played the role of protector, sometimes teasing him like an older sibling, other times giving hard-earned advice. During a previous BTS documentary, Jungkook once said, "When I get lost in my head, I always think about Jin Hyung. He grounds me. He reminds me not just of who I am, but why I started." Moments like these resonate now more than ever. Jungkook's award wasn't just his moment. It was their moment. A shared victory. A silent promise fulfilled. American armies weren't the only ones celebrating. Fans from around the world, from Brazil to Indonesia, joined in congratulating Jungkook, posting artwork, videos, and covers of his songs. Many pointed out how refreshing it was to see someone as humble and hardworking as Jungkook finally receiving solo recognition from the American industry on social media platforms like TikTok and X, formerly Twitter. Clips of Jin reacting to Jungkook's achievements spread rapidly. Fans created edits showing their decade-long journey, from trainees at Big Hit to worldwide phenomena. The emotional tone of this online celebration was impossible to ignore. One fans post read, "When Jin smiles because Jungkook wins, we all win." Their bond is the heart of BTS. Jungkook's award win is more than a headline. It's a milestone that shows how BTS continues to evolve, even during their military hiatus. It signals a new era where members shine individually while still upholding the values and love that BTS represents. Jin, now often called the pillar of BTS post-military, seems ready to take on a mentor role as the others return. His support for Jungkook isn't just personal, it sets the tone for what's to come, a future where BTS thrives both as a group and through their individual lights. As the dust settled after his unexpected win at the American Music Honors, Jungkook found himself at a personal crossroads. His solo success had reached a new peak, but with it came fresh questions, deeper introspection, and a broader understanding of his own power and influence. Unlike earlier years when fame sometimes felt like a wave crashing over him, this time, Jungkook stood tall, grounded, thoughtful, and fully aware of what this moment meant. And just as before, there was Jin, watching, encouraging, and already envisioning how this victory could become the stepping stone for BTS's next era. In the weeks following the award, American media began referring to Jungkook not just as a K-pop star, but as a global music icon. This shift in language wasn't lost on fans. Jungkook graced the covers of international magazines, his old live stages were re-uploaded by major music platforms, and popular American talk shows ran flashback clips of his earlier appearances with BTS. It's important to mention that Jungkook's renewed mindset wasn't formed in isolation. ARMY, the fandom that has supported him for over a decade, played a significant role. The messages, artwork, letters, and covers that flooded social media after the award created a wave of positivity that lifted Jungkook's spirit when he needed it most. And another heartfelt moment from his letter, he shared, "Every time I doubt myself, I see you. You never gave up on me, so how could I give up on myself?" This mutual love between artist and fandom is rare, and it's what makes Jungkook's journey not just a story of success, but a story of shared triumph. Shortly after the awards ceremony, eagle-eyed fans began noticing small, seemingly insignificant hints that something bigger was brewing. For example, a photo posted by a HYB staff member showed a document folder titled Golden 2026 Project lying on a meeting table with the edges of a US tour map peeking out from beneath it. The post was deleted minutes later, but not before ARMY had screen captured and analyzed every pixel. Not long after, Jungkook's official Spotify profile updated with a new description: golden, timeless, and always ready to connect with fans around the world. Many took that as an intentional teaser. Why suddenly update his bio? Why reference being ready to connect? Fans were convinced something is coming. Behind the curtain, music industry professionals are openly discussing the possibility of a solo tour. One talent booker who works with major US venues told Rolling Stone, "If Jungkook announces a tour for late 2026, arenas will sell out in minutes." He is both the fan base and the critical acclaim now. He's no longer riding BTS's wave, he is the wave. Several North American concert promoters are reportedly preparing initial proposals for HYB, with cities like Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and Las Vegas on the top of their wish lists. Some insiders believe it won't just be a tour. It could be a multi-city residency, something previously reserved for global megastars like Adele or Bruno Mars. One executive even hinted that Jungkook's team has already made preliminary venue inquiries under code names to avoid media attention. Fans online have begun circulating a dream setlist and concept under the hashtag Golden Reimagined Tour. It's a potential rebranding of his original Golden album, adapted for large-scale live performances. This imagined tour could blend his earlier hits with new arrangements, military-inspired stage visuals, and emotional storytelling reflecting his journey over the past 2 years. Some fans suggest it could even feature pre-recorded messages or duets with the other BTS members, especially Jin, to symbolize how their bond remains strong across any distance. A fan-created tour trailer even went viral on X, formerly Twitter, featuring mock posters with the slogan, "He served his country. Now he returns to serve the stage." The hype is growing, and many believe it's only a matter of time before speculation turns into official confirmation. Some fans believe Jin might even appear in the opening or closing video montage of the concert, offering Jungkook his famous line, "Don't worry, you're doing amazing. Just be you." Streaming resurgence. His tracks are once again topping US charts, award recognition. His name now carries critical credibility in the Western industry. Cultural momentum. More Americans are embracing K-pop than ever before, pent-up fan demand. ARMY hasn't seen Jungkook live in years. If the tour becomes a reality, expect nothing short of a spectacle. From LED-enhanced stages and cinematic storytelling to live band arrangements and vocal showcases, everything Jungkook has hinted at artistically could be brought to life on stage. Some speculative highlights from fan wish lists include a full orchestral version of Standing Next to You, a solo piano performance of My You, a surprise guest appearance by Jin singing a short duet, final encore with Seven. Accompanied by real-time videos of fans around the world, it wouldn't just be a concert. It would be a homecoming. Though official confirmation is still under wraps, ARMY is already counting down. Fans are organizing meetups, designing banners, and saving money for tickets, all in anticipation of what could be Jungkook's most defining solo moment yet. And even though Jungkook remains silent on the matter, his silence only adds to the drama. Everyone knows, when he returns, he'll return with something unforgettable. What will Jungkook's next era sound like? More importantly, will it include a long-anticipated musical collaboration with Jin, the BTS member who has always championed Jungkook from behind the scenes? The possibilities are endless and exciting. From the start of his solo career, Jungkook has shown incredible versatility. He's moved effortlessly between genres like pop, 7, R&B, Standing Next to You, retro funk, 3D, acoustic ballads, Mayu, and even EDM collaborations. Unlike many artists boxed into one signature sound, Jungkook has been free to experiment, and that's exactly what fans and producers alike are hoping will define his next chapter, evolution. Music critics are now speculating that Jungkook's next release might lean more into alternative R&B, neo-soul, or even jazzy pop fusion. Genres that allow him to explore deeper emotional tones and more intimate, mature storytelling. An anonymous producer recently told Complex magazine, Jungkook's tone is too rich and expressive to stay in one lane. He'll return with something less polished, more raw. Maybe even stripped-down acoustic sessions or live studio recordings. Something that shows his scars and his strength. While solo work has allowed Jungkook to shine individually, fans are also dreaming of the ultimate emotional crossover, a duet between Jungkook and Jin. This idea has captured the imagination of ARMY since the awards ceremony, especially after Jin's heartfelt public words and continued emotional support. So far, the two haven't officially collaborated on a track together as a duo, but the emotional depth and contrast of their voices could create something unforgettable. Jin's airy, emotionally delicate tone paired with Jungkook's powerful, expressive vocals would be the perfect blend for a meaningful ballad, possibly something that reflects on their military journeys, their brotherhood, and their shared growth. Imagine this concept. Musical note, a track titled Back Home, telling the story of two souls walking different paths, only to reunite at the same door, singing to each other, I never left. I was always walking toward you. It's the kind of collaboration that would not only shake the fandom but also represent BTS's strength and unity, even during separation.